Hello again, time for a new game here. It has gone some month and now we are in Abu Dhabi and he's playing Alireza Firouzja. Firouzja is born 2003, so he is 3 years older than Gukesh. So this game is played when Gukesh is 11 or 12, or Firouzja he must be 14 or 15 then. And Gukesh, of course, amazing rating at 11, 2440 at 11. It's almost as good as, like, you know, the best ones like Erdogmus and the most the highest rated, but it's definitely up there with, it's almost Ergudmus class, this rating here by Gukesh. Of course, Ergudmus got 26 when he was 12, I think. So nice, very good rating. And of course Alireza Firouzja, both of them are 28 Grandmasters today, of course. Firouzja also played in the candidate tournament, I think, where Gukesh won. Pretty sure Firouzja played. He played at that candidate tournament that Gukesh won in. It must have been in 2023, I think, or 2024, something like that. So Firouzja is white here. He's playing against Gukesh, and Gukesh is defending with the Carlsen, and opening I think is very interesting actually to analyze and to look at. And of course Magnus predicted that Firouzja has potential to become world champions. It's also very, very talented player, of course. So Firouzja plays what is probably the main line of the advanced is knight f3, bishop e2, and castling, and bishop e3. It's a setup that has been around for a long time, and it's just a solid way for white to put his pieces, basically. And I'm sure, like, they know the theory here, and apparently the correct theory is knight e1, which I guess the point must be that on c5 you could. Okay, so you threaten to trap the bishop. The point is you threaten to trap the bishop here. So he does h5. Computer also likes to go back here, but of course, like, you don't. If he just went here, like, why would you go back? Like, that's looks more natural to play a5. The problem here is, of course, that white can win a pawn. No, he can't apparently, because here. So this is a tactic that they both seen. It's probably well known opening theory here. He can't move the bishop because the mate, and something like this. Basically white's pawn structure, there's a lot of holes here, and he doesn't have any light squared bishop, so it's just and yeah, it's just a comfortable position for black here. So of course he won't do that. He does something else, and he does h4. Computer prefers c5, but it's also fine. I find this, I think. And interestingly, now he's trying to trade the bishop away. It's general understanding of these positions has evolved quite a lot. Like, before you thought that this is the bad bishop, but actually the trading them is probably in white's advantage, actually, because it's annoying to get your own play. If this is quite an active piece, it's black's most active piece. If this one is traded, then black doesn't have so many good pieces. So computer wants to continue development here instead of this one, and the reason is that it provokes this move, but the computer likes that one. Okay, so the computer wants to go here, play something like this. Okay, it's, I don't know. Looks better to me to play like a Liren, but the computer knows best, of course. Yeah, now black has quite a good control of the center and is better here. Yeah, obviously threatening to take here and then take here, or take on f5 at once. So he blocks that. Correct move. So here apparently black makes a mistake. White goes here. He has to develop this knight somewhere. Computer likes to put in this one. For some reason it was important to put in this move before you take here. I don't really know why, but apparently it's because white will go here and then he can't do it. Let's see here what happens. Okay, so he does this one. That's quite interesting that he sacks like this rook here, but I'm sure it's not good to take it then, because because it's apparently mate. I didn't see that. That's a nice tactic by Firouzja. I'm not thinking so hard, I'm just mainly following the computer. So that's interesting tactic actually. I didn't see this checkmate pattern before. So they saw this one, of course. And then of course he can't do this either, because now it's checkmate again. So that's why the computer wants to put in h3 and g3 before taking on here. So now he has to go back, and apparently white could continue attacking. Let's see what happens. So this attack is apparently dangerous. Okay, yeah, he threatens to win the queen also. He's winning the queen here also, I see. Yeah, there is no real way to save the queen, what I can see. If he goes here, try to prevent this, then it's obviously this attack is too strong then. So yeah, that's so white didn't have to retreat and guard the rook. That was unnecessary and a mistake. Okay, so computer likes to trade that active bishop like this. That's computer like that. Okay, so here is the losing mistake by black. Okay, so a5. It doesn't look right. Like we saw that it's probably not possible anyway to take the rook because of attacks. So let's see what the computer says, that either here or here was better for black. Yeah. Actually, no, it likes a5, so he's not so wrong here. It's just that a5 doesn't work for some tactics then, probably. Okay, so I see he does that because he wants to get out, because he sees that his queen is almost trapped here, actually. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's being trapped here. So let me just see why this what was the difference here. Okay, and he got some more pieces here. And apparently this is working also. Why? I see, because of this. Okay, that's just a too hard move to find 93 here, I think. But he should see that this is, at least he gets the knight. At least he gets a bishop and a rook and some play for it here, the queen. So apparently, even if he sees something like this, it's good play here for black for the queen, even if computer likes white. Okay, so that's, it didn't work to play a5 here because the queen is getting trapped. So only chance now is a3, of course, so that at least white can't take because he can take back and the rook is trapped. So let's see how Firouzja handles this. I think this is quite interesting. The computer wants just to get some luft here with h3. And we also see, like, if this pawn was here and white pawn here, it's completely different game because white can never get any luft or any safety for his king, so he would always has to worry about back rank checkmates. Like, let's see, if the position was like this, then it would be like probably a better for black to have this included, because now white could have done this one. Let's also see what happens here. How is this if it takes? Has to go here. Something like this. Maybe take first, I don't know. Okay, so black has two rooks for the queen. Yeah, this also looks fine. Actually, there are some advantages to not have that included here, because bishop f5 here and here would threaten here. So there are some advantages to not have this included, actually. Okay, so white take, black take. No, actually, this was not a losing move, this a5. It was just giving away a little bit of an advantage, because now the position is equal again. Okay. Okay, so here it was very important to go with the right square here for Gukesh. King c7 was a blunder apparently, and yeah, you can see c4 opening for the queen here. To start checking is not so nice, but of course it's understandable that he doesn't want to go here, because he's probably looking at this plan, but it's probably just too slow. So let's see, king e8 here was best. Maybe white take here. Yeah, it's a game here. Definitely a game. White still has this. Black's compensation is that white still has some problems here. Maybe knight could go here some way, sometime, and also if he can get his rook like on the b file, it would be very dangerous for white. So interesting stuff here. Apparently only way here is to play like this and try to run with the h pawn. Okay, let's see why is this losing. Of course it looks bad to allow this check. So he has to defend this knight now, so like this. He could have checked, but he did that instead. Now he checks. Looks like white is winning anyway, but yeah, maybe he could have gone someplace else. Okay, so here queen c3 was correct. Black has to move the king again. Let's look at that. Yeah, it's just nasty to be this open with the king. The queen is excelling when the opponent has a weak king. If the opponent has a safe king, the rooks are better, but if they have a weak king, the queen is better. And so the weakness of the black queen does everything here. So he did this one instead, but of course the black still has problem with the here. And yeah, we see this one is just so useful for white, so it would... This is definitely better to have this included, especially now when we see that we have some play here, but not anymore. Okay, so he makes some mistakes here. He sees a check and gives a check, but yeah, a threat is stronger than the execution. So save your check if you don't see why you should do them, and instead improve the knight here was better. Okay, I don't really see why, but I guess it's because he has to go back. No, he went back. That was a mistake. Here was correct. But this is very complicated. So it's not strange that they're not playing perfectly here. Lots of mistakes, but it's just too very complicated position here. Yeah, of course, white has the safe king, so even if black is up 2 points, it doesn't matter. So big risk that some piece will drop off with some check because of the weakness of the king. So he went here. That allowed white to make something. Here white could have taken a pawn with check, which was apparently correct. It would have been nice for white to get this pawn, so then this knight would have been safe here forever. Now it has to move, and here white makes a move that lets black get a chance to get an equal game here. Best would have been this one, and apparently this one is only maybe something like complicated position, but black's pieces are still defended here. Now apparently black had a chance to get counter play here with this only move. The point of course is to play like this. Now it's threatening here. It's threatening here, and black has counter play. It's very risky, quite risky for white if black gets to take here with the rook. Then maybe check here. Yeah, quite risky. But as we can see, there's many ways that white could get like some kind of a draw. So let's just look at all these lines then quickly here. Yeah, both lots of moves, draws here. Maybe like this one, try to get like some kind of a drawing checks here. Yeah, it's just extremely complicated. Sorry, I'm not gonna do it. It will be a little bit too many lines, I think, if I go through all the lines here. But the most important here was that e3 was where were I? Sorry. Yeah, this e3 was a key maneuver here to see this one for black. Black didn't see it, I'm quite sure of that. Instead he wanted to get the rook like that, but bishop was just better here. So I'm not gonna do there is if you want to, you can always like, you see my name on leashes, you can always go here and then you can go to this and you do this clone and you get my study saved as your study, and you can analyze it yourself if you clone my study So you get it on in your Licious account. So let's see how it ends here. King d7, Queen e5, and now e3 was key. And here apparently white could have won with this move. Yeah, once one piece is traded, and black king is actually getting less safe because the knight defends the bishop, and this rook defended the knight. So let's see if he goes here. Then of course he can take the rook here, I guess. No, actually not, because of this queen. This pawn will queen down, and it's a checkmate. So better to take here. So now white has won 2 pawns for nothing and is winning here. And very important is that he didn't have to take with the pawn here, because as we saw, once white take with the pawn here, bishop here gives black sufficient counterplay for draw. Okay, but he didn't see that, so he went here. And here there was a new chance to get a draw apparently by this bishop sack. Let's see how this is. Check. Okay, so if you go here, this is winning for black with this nice tactic here. This one is coming, next move can't be stopped. That's a nice, very nice position. So he has to go here. And he can't go here, of course. He goes up. And here apparently, despite that white is up material, this king is big problems here. Looks like every move is fine. Let's try here. Let's just see here. Okay, now apparently this is some kind of a... that's nice. If he takes here, then it's... So this rook on d4 is like indirectly defended here in this drawing checks construction, because he can't go here because it just... And if he tries to go to any one of these squares, of course there is the fork with the knight. So that's a cute drawing checks mechanism that I didn't see. Yeah, I think maybe this is maybe a little bit too many variation. Very, very complex game. Maybe a little bit too much variations here, so I'm not gonna go through everything, even if they're very interesting. It's you can always, as I said, go here, search for this name, my name on Licious, and go to this game and clone it, so you can, or copy it or whatever, so you get your own study. But very, very impressive that, and remember these are kids playing. It's like a 14-year-old against an 11-year-old, so it's definitely in this game already. They're already playing like at top Grandmaster strength, I think, despite being so young, because this is just very, very complicated tactical positions here. So white played here, and then we had this bishop h3, that this would have given enough counterplay for a draw. But he didn't see that, so he went here, which is bad. He doesn't do anything because he kind of wanted to play here anyway to give a check. So basically wasting 2 moves. And as we can see here, white is winning. There's no longer any defense for black. He tries this one, try the best he can. Here and here. And still the problem is that when more pieces gets traded, black king gets even weaker here. And it's double threat now, of course. Why couldn't he go here? Yeah, this is still can't defend everything here. So this is obviously winning for. It's obviously winning for white here. Yeah, very, very nice game. Both great play by both Firouzja and Gukesh, and they will. I'm sure they will play many, many times in the future. So Gukesh, when he becomes world champion here in the match against Liren, maybe Firouzja can try for the candidates again, and maybe get a world. So we can see this world championship match in 2-3 years. That would be very fun. Okay, see you next.